Welcome to Developing Palates. This review recap is brought to you by J.C. Newman. Founded in 1895 by Julius Caesar Newman, J.C. Newman Cigar Company is the oldest family-owned premium cigar maker in America. J.C. Newman rolls its El Rolage, factory throwouts, and Trader Jack's cigars by hand-operated vintage cigar machines at its historic cigar factory in Tampa, Florida. It also hand-rolls its Brick House, Perla del Mar, El Baton, and Quorum cigars at the J.C. Newman Pinza Cigar Factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. J.C. Newman's Diamond Crown, Maximus, Julius Caesar, and Black Diamond cigars are handmade at Tabacalera A Fuente in the Dominican Republic. With its longtime partners, the Fuente family, the Newmans founded the Cigar Family Charitable Foundation, which supports low-income families in the Dominican Republic with education, healthcare, vocational training, and clean water. Learn more by visiting jcnewman.com. Hello, everyone. Aaron Loomis here in the Ventura Cigar Company studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu, Seth Geist, John McTavish. How you guys all doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Doing well now. It's gonna get brutal in a second.
Oh yeah, enjoying that nice warm weather, sitting outside. I see the sun, which I feels like it's been years since I've seen the sun. I'm so happy right now.
All right, so today we are talking about the Diamond Crown Black Diamond Marquis. It's a Robusto Extra 5 1/4 by 56. Comes out of the Tabacalera Fuente factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Connecticut Sun-Grown, binder and filler both from the Dominican Republic. Price point is $19, and the cigar was released in November of 2016. So with all that out of the way, Jiunn, what was your smoking experience like?
It was okay. So, in the beginning, it opened up with some cedar, hay, toasted chestnuts. Past that point, I got this red pepper as well as like the associated, like a spicy heat that followed with it. When I retrohaled the cigar, I got that same amount of heat in the pepper. I got some like on and off like ripe cherries as well, but it wasn't enough for me to like really taste it within the extent of the profile, which was unfortunate. Finish, I thought it was a little lacking. Pretty one-dimensional with this lingering dry red pepper spice, strength and body medium. And as the cigar kind of went through, the second third was basically the same as that first third that I was talking about. I kind of felt like the cigar, I guess oddly didn't really taste all that great to me until that last third. But although a little late, I thought it started to finally show some quality to the profile. It really helped break away that predominantly cedar dry red pepper spice that I had so much of, and I started getting this cream sweetness to it. It was very much so needed to break all that up. So that's my overall flavor profile. In terms of burn and draw, I had a horrible burn. It was basically half the wrapper and just basically half the wrapper slash like part of the binder and the filler just didn't burn very well. I had to touch it up the entire time I was going through it, so that was disappointing. The draw was actually pretty good. A little snug, but I still rated it very good.
How about you, Seth? What was your smoking experience like?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought the first third really started out really lovely. I was getting some cherry, dark chocolate, Asian spice notes. There's this faint wood and tobacco. Really lovely beginning, medium, full, strength and body. Everything kind of really worked well off of one another. Getting in the second third, there was some similarities from before, but there was a little bit of change in the dominance. Chocolate, Asian spice, rich earth, some tobacco notes, finish of cherry. Still smoking at that medium full level. And then kind of getting in the final third, it's kind of like that core profile. It's just kind of moving back and forth off of one another. Coffee oak, rich earth and cherry. Finish had a little bit of a chocolate Asian spice. Medium full. Burn, it was solid. I mean, it was never like perfect, but it wasn't really a problem. I thought it was pretty good. Draw was really good. I like the draw on the cigar. So it was, it's my cup of tea, man. What about you, John?
Oh, buddy. First third, I think I got more of what Jiunn got. It was just kind of big, dry, woody flavor to kick off. Kind of a leather and tannic, woody finish to it. Maybe some mild earth as it started out. And then I would say as it kind of settled in, the leather intensified to a medium minus, kind of started to take over the palate a little bit. I didn't really get red pepper. I definitely got dry pepper though on the post draw, and it kind of defined the post draw. I would say the only evolution I really got through the first third was maybe some dry prunes or raisin, but I kind of found the first third pretty flat. It really nothing to get my attention. It wasn't unbalanced. It's just I kept reaching for flavors, and there really wasn't much there. Middle third, as Jiunn was saying, really kind of a little bit of a copycat of the first third. I would say cedar kind of defined the first part of the third, and then as it settled in, there was like a mild nutmeg that established itself, and the mild nutmeg transitioned into having this earthy component, and then the tannic nature of the post draw kind of took over the post draw to about a medium strength. So it was very earthy, very tannic, not really my cup of tea. And then last third was the least memorable third for me. Really just earth, earth, earth. A little bit more earth, a little bit of char, some earth, 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 sweet cedar, earth. So not a fan. In terms of burning construction, burn had some slightly weaviness to it, but y'all got to smoke cigars up here in Canada because I really had no issues. It self-corrected, no issues, no touch-ups required, and about a 2-inch ash, so I rated it as amazing. I also found the draw a little bit on the snug side. Certainly serviceable. It's only about 1.5 to 2 inches, or 2 notches, pardon me. So that was what I would consider very good. Aaron, what was your overall experience, or what was your experience? Walk us through it.
Yeah, for me, it was wood and cinnamon forward baking spice. About a half-inch in, a little mustiness joins the profile, and then further in, baking spice was more of a just kind of a general representation. Didn't have the cinnamon forward portion to it. Retrohale kind of has that same mix of wood, baking spice, and mustiness. And then as the first third was wrapping up, a very slight char joined the wood. Strength was slightly below medium. Getting into the second third, mustiness increases. It's even with the slightly charred wood. Baking spice in the background, but did have a long finish to it. Sorry. Retrohale continues to mimic that same profile from the mouth draws. About an inch in, char begins to increase a little bit, and as the second third's wrapping up, profile became slightly drying. Strength in the second third bumped up to medium. Getting in the final third, charred wood continues to increase, has the lead over the mustiness, while the baking spice has left the profile. About a half-inch in, wood's more defined as charred oak. Retrohale shows the charred oak and the mustiness, and then about 1.25 inches, the cigar began to warm up, brought a little bit of a toasted note to the profile. Strength in that final third remained at medium. In regards to construction, burn was slightly wavy, didn't need any attention. Ash held on 1.5 inch increments. And in regards to the draw, it was slightly looser than I prefer, but in a larger ring gauge, that kind of tends to be accentuated a little bit. But I still thought it was very good. All right, overall thoughts, Jiunn. What'd you think?
It was a letdown. It was average tasting profile, terrible burn. I mean, you're gonna charge him $19. You got to be some schmuck to get to smoke something like this. I was hoping that it was a dud, but hearing the rest of you guys talk about it, seemed like we're all pretty on the same page, except for cheerleader Seth over there about this cigar.
All right, John. Seth. What were your overall thoughts on this? Oh, rookie, bro. Come on, man.
Rookie move.
He's still going. Unmute.
Seth.
I thought you guys were just making fun of me after I said, "Wow, this cigar's $19."
We would.
I was like, all right, I'll just keep going on. I was like, I don't know why I was rookie for not knowing the price of the cigar, but all right. Listen, I have respect for JC Newman, and while I don't like a lot of the stuff they do, usually if I smoke something I like, I usually get behind it. And I thought this cigar really just delivered a really enjoyable flavor profile. It had a nice depth. I didn't have like the construction problems that everybody else did. But it's just, I thought it was a solid smoke that I really liked. I've smoked a bunch of them, more than just for this review. So I was kind of cool that we got to review it. So I liked it. The dark chocolate, Asian spice, cherry notes really, really spoke to me. Really meant something.
You're right, John. How are you?
Yeah, it's funny because I actually pretty much like everything JC Newman does. I like the Brick House. I like the Diamond Crown. I mean, I'm trying to think of a JC Newman cigar that I don't enjoy. And oh, hey, it's the Diamond Crown Black Diamond Marquis. Um, I wanted to like it because so I went into this wanting to like the cigar, but the flavor profile was just muddled, unbalanced. Didn't have a lot of complexity. I didn't even know the price point until I finished the review, and I was like, I mean, cedar was the flavor driver, and then it was earth, and that's the only two components that I could really define. And I don't know if you guys are storing your cigars in beer coolers or whatever, but yeah, the construction was perfect. So, Dan, what was your experience like?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the first third had a nice profile, but when the charred wood and the joined in kind of started building up and the baking spices kind of faded away, it just kind of became average for me. Hefty price point. I think, for the enjoyment level I received, it doesn't match up, but, there are people that like it, like Seth, so they're going to find a better value there than that. But I still think $19 is kind of a hefty price point. I'd smoke more of these if they were around and I had easy access to them and I didn't have to pay full price. But other than that, I'm probably not going to, want to fork out a 20 for one of these to, go through that same experience. So yeah. All right, get into the scores. Start at the top. Seth, you gave it a 7.87. I was next at a 6 even. Then Jiunn at 5.60, and then John at 5.47. All right, Seth, 7.87.
Listen, it's a really good stick. I mean, I stand behind it. What's funny is I bought these, but I didn't know what the price of them were when I bought them, and now I know what the price of them was. I mean, would I pay that much for a cigar? I guess I have. I don't know. It just goes to show you what I pay attention to. So, I mean, what the fuck do I know? I guess when you're buying them with some Davidoffs, you just really don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, I went to Davidoff $30. I mean, $19 is a freaking bargain.
It's a fucking bargain, man, and it's so good. So, it's a brick house. So no, I mean, I liked it. I like that they went kind of darker. They went with this, Connecticut sun grown. I don't like the original Diamond Crowns. If John likes them, you said you liked everything by them, and now you're saying you don't like them.
No, I like the Diamond Crown and the Diamond Crown Julius Caesar.
Do you like the
Max, the regular Maximus? Yeah.
Crazy.
All day, every day.
I like it. Let's stick behind it. I'm moving on. Next.
All right, so I gave it a 6. Slightly above average flavor profile, very good construction all around, so it made it to that 6 mark, so good for it. Jiunn, 5.60.
Listen, it's not a good cigar. I say that because Seth always tells people to listen, and he's not even listening right now.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening.
Thanks, Seth. No, it's just it's not my cup of tea, I guess, is what I could say in terms of flavor profile, which I understand that is more subjective, right? But I mean, for that burn issue, I mean, that's not excusable for $19 especially. So
yeah.
All
right, John, 5.47.
Listen, man, I know that taste is subjective. I would say that if you graded this on flavor profile, this is to me like a 4.85, but you've got the impeccable construction and quality of JC Newman, which is what saves this cigar. But at the end of the day, give me a Mighty Mighty or a regular Brickhouse Maduro, and I would smoke a wheel of those. I would smoke this again if somebody handed it to me, just to see if my follow-up experience was like this experience, but I would not seek it out.
No. All right, any other final thoughts from you guys on this one?
I love when everyone says I'd smoke it again if someone handed it to me. Everyone would do it. The only time, I mean,
there's plenty of cigars I've reviewed.
Remember
at IPCPR and Rick Rodriguez is trying to hand me CEO Nicaraguas. I'm like, no, thanks.
And you're acting like you don't know who he is.
I said like 15 times, like, no, I'm good. Thanks, man.
That was great, man.
Thank you. I'm fine. Keep that shit.
All right. If you
I'm just glad I could play the part of Aaron Loomis for this review and be the lowest score on the panel.
You were, man.
Man, we could hate so much when we get on a four-way review. You guys realize that?
It's fun, man. It's fun when we do it when we're all together.
At least we're all honest.
That's right.
Yeah. Not our cup of tea.
No. All right, if you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. Also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.